Good morning. And before you scroll past this video, I want you to stop for just a moment, because what I'm about to share with you might completely change how you think about muscle loss after the age of 70. Most people believe that losing strength as you get older is simply unavoidable. They think weaker legs, slower movement, and reduced balance are just part of aging. But what if I told you that researchers are now discovering certain everyday foods that can dramatically slow, and in some cases even reverse, age-related muscle loss? And here's the surprising part. One of these foods is a fruit you've probably seen hundreds of times at the grocery store, but never realized it could play such a powerful role in protecting your muscles. And when you hear how its muscle-supporting compounds compare to traditional protein sources like eggs or chicken, you might be genuinely surprised. Over the last 25 years working with older adults, including many patients in their late 70s and 80s, I've seen firsthand what muscle loss can do to someone's independence. It's not just about strength. It's about being able to carry groceries again, climb stairs without fear, stand up from a chair without help. And most importantly, it's about dignity. That's why today I'm going to walk you through 5 fruits that research suggests may support muscle strength and recovery in older adults, ranked from helpful all the way to truly remarkable. But before we get to number 5, I want to ask you something. Take a moment and write in the comments below. How old are you, and have you noticed any loss of strength over the past few years? I read as many comments as I possibly can, and your experiences help guide the topics we cover here on this channel. Because the truth is, thousands of seniors are quietly fighting the same battle. And the more we talk about it, the more we can help each other. Now let's quickly talk about why building muscle after 70 becomes so difficult in the first place. Researchers use a term called anabolic resistance. Think of it like this. When you were younger, your muscles responded quickly to protein and activity. A good meal and a little movement were often enough to stimulate muscle repair and growth. But as we age, the body becomes less responsive to those same signals. Your muscles essentially stop listening the way they used to. That means your body requires better nutrition, better timing, and more supportive compounds to achieve the same results. At the same time, something called sarcopenia begins accelerating. Sarcopenia is the medical term for age-related muscle loss, and after the age of 70, it can cause adults to lose up to 1% of their muscle mass every single year if no action is taken. That might not sound like much at first, but over a decade, that loss can dramatically affect balance, mobility, and independence. Which is exactly why researchers have started looking beyond traditional protein sources and examining plant compounds that may support muscle function in aging adults. And that brings us to number 5 on our list. The guava. Now I know what you might be thinking. Guava? That small tropical fruit that many people only try once on vacation? But nutritionally, guava is actually one of the most impressive fruits when it comes to supporting the body's connective tissue and muscle recovery. 1 cup of guava contains about 4 grams of protein, which is unusually high for a fruit. But even more interesting is its extremely high vitamin C content. Vitamin C plays a crucial role in collagen production, and collagen forms the connective structure that helps support muscle fibers and joints. After the age of 70, collagen production naturally declines, which can weaken both muscles and tendons. Foods rich in vitamin C may help support this process. And guava contains nearly 3 times the daily recommended intake in a single cup. But that's not the only interesting part. Guava also contains plant compounds called flavonoids, which researchers believe may help support mitochondrial activity. Mitochondria are essentially the tiny energy factories inside your muscle cells. When these energy systems decline with age, muscles fatigue more quickly and recovery slows down. Supporting mitochondrial function may help improve endurance and muscle efficiency. A simple way to include guava in your routine is to eat one fresh guava in the morning, ideally alongside a small handful of seeds or nuts. This combination can provide healthy fats and minerals that support nutrient absorption. And while it may seem like a small change, small nutritional improvements often add up significantly over time. But the fruit coming in at number 4 might surprise you even more, because it's probably already sitting somewhere in your kitchen. And the way most people eat it is actually missing one of its biggest benefits for muscle health. Coming in at number 4 is a fruit most people eat regularly, but rarely think of as something that supports muscle health. I'm talking about the banana. Now, most people associate bananas with potassium. And yes, potassium plays an important role in muscle contractions and nerve signals. But recent nutritional research suggests there may be another benefit that is especially important for older adults. Slightly underripe bananas, the ones that still have a hint of green, contain something called resistant starch. Resistant starch behaves very differently from regular carbohydrates. Instead of being immediately digested, it travels to the large intestine where it feeds beneficial gut bacteria, and this is where things get interesting. Scientists have discovered a powerful connection between gut health and muscle function, something often referred to as the gut-muscle axis. Healthy gut bacteria produce compounds called short-chain fatty acids, which may help support muscle metabolism and reduce low-grade inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is one of the hidden drivers of muscle loss in older adults. Researchers sometimes call it inflammaging. It's a slow, constant inflammatory process that gradually breaks down muscle tissue over time. Supporting gut health may help counteract some of these effects. A simple recommendation many nutritionists suggest is eating one slightly green banana about 30-45 minutes before light physical activity, even if that activity is just a daily walk. The natural carbohydrates provide energy, while the resistant starch helps support gut health over time. Pairing the banana with a small spoon of natural almond butter can also help slow sugar absorption and provide magnesium, a mineral involved in hundreds of metabolic processes in the body. Now let's move to number 3, and this is where the science becomes especially fascinating. The fruit is the pomegranate. For centuries, pomegranates have been associated with longevity and heart health. But researchers are now studying a compound inside pomegranates that may play a role in muscle energy production. This compound is called urolithin A. Here's a simple way to understand why scientists are so interested in it. Inside every muscle cell are tiny structures called mitochondria. You can think of mitochondria as the power plants of your muscles. They produce the energy your body needs for movement, strength, and endurance. But as we age, these power plants begin to accumulate damaged components. Over time, this reduces their efficiency. There is a natural cellular process that clears out damaged mitochondria and replaces them with healthier ones. Scientists call this process mitophagy. But unfortunately, mitophagy becomes less efficient as we get older. This is where urolithin A may help. Some studies suggest it can stimulate the cellular processes involved in mitochondrial renewal. In simple terms, it may help your muscle cells maintain healthier energy systems. While research is still ongoing, early clinical trials have shown improvements in muscle endurance and walking performance in older adults. Adding pomegranate to your routine is simple. You can eat half a cup of fresh pomegranate seeds or drink a small glass of pure pomegranate juice without added sugar. And if you want to improve absorption of its beneficial compounds, many nutrition experts suggest pairing it with a small amount of extra virgin olive oil. Healthy fats help the body absorb certain plant compounds more effectively. Now, before we move to number 2, let me tell you about someone I once worked with. His name was Daniel. Daniel was 79 years old, and when he first came to see me, he told me something that stuck with me. He said, "Doctor, I'm not afraid of getting older. I'm afraid of becoming fragile." He had gradually stopped doing many of the things he loved, gardening, walking in the park, even playing with his grandchildren, because he felt his strength fading. Over the next several months, we worked together on improving his nutrition, including adding some of the foods I'm sharing with you today. Slowly, things began to change. His energy improved. His walking became more confident. And one day he told me he had spent the entire afternoon helping his grandson build a small treehouse in the backyard. For him, it wasn't just about muscle. It was about getting a part of his life back. And the fruit at number 2 may play an even bigger role in supporting that kind of recovery. In fact, the research behind it surprised even many nutrition scientists. Coming in at number 2 is a fruit that might look small and simple, but its effects on digestion and protein absorption have caught the attention of many researchers. I'm talking about the kiwi fruit. Now, most people think of kiwi as just a refreshing snack or a source of vitamin C. But scientists have discovered something particularly interesting inside kiwi. It contains a natural enzyme called actinidin. Actinidin is what's known as a proteolytic enzyme, meaning it helps break down proteins into smaller amino acids that your body can absorb more easily. And this becomes especially important as we age. After the age of 70, the digestive system typically produces fewer digestive enzymes, which can make protein absorption less efficient. In other words, even if older adults eat enough protein, their bodies may not always process it as effectively as before. This is where kiwi fruit may help. By supporting the breakdown of protein in the digestive system, actinidin may improve how efficiently the body absorbs the amino acids needed for muscle repair. Some nutrition researchers have even suggested that kiwi can act almost like a natural digestive assistant, helping the body make better use of the nutrients already being consumed. Kiwi also contains a powerful combination of vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants, all of which may support recovery after physical activity. But here's a small detail that many people don't realize. Most of the fiber and beneficial plant compounds in kiwi are actually located in the skin. If you wash the fruit and gently rub away the fuzz, the skin can be eaten safely and provides significantly more fiber than the flesh alone. A simple routine many experts suggest is eating 1 or 2 whole kiwis per day, ideally alongside a protein-rich food like yogurt. The probiotics in yogurt combined with the digestive enzymes in kiwi may help create an environment where protein absorption becomes more efficient. And now we arrive at number 1. The fruit that many people underestimate the most. The fruit that researchers are now studying for its unique combination of digestive enzymes and anti-inflammatory compounds. The pineapple. Now, before you dismiss pineapple as just sugar, it's important to understand why scientists are paying closer attention to it. Pineapple contains a powerful enzyme complex called bromelain. Bromelain has been studied for decades for its potential effects on digestion, inflammation, and tissue recovery. One of its most interesting properties is that it helps break down proteins more efficiently in the digestive system. For older adults, this can be particularly valuable. Remember the anabolic resistance we talked about earlier? When muscles become less responsive to protein signals, improving digestion and amino acid availability may help the body respond more effectively. Bromelain may support this process by helping the body unlock more usable nutrients from the foods you already eat. But pineapple may also support the body in another important way. Research has shown that bromelain may help reduce certain types of inflammation associated with muscle soreness and tissue stress. This means recovery after physical activity could potentially become smoother and faster. And recovery is a crucial part of maintaining muscle as we age. The simplest way to include pineapple in your routine is to eat a small portion of fresh pineapple a few times per week, preferably after a meal that contains protein. Fresh pineapple contains the highest levels of bromelain. Canned pineapple, while still nutritious, usually contains much lower amounts because heat processing reduces the enzyme activity. Now I want to leave you with something important. Muscle loss is not something that happens overnight. And more importantly, rebuilding strength doesn't happen overnight either. But the body is far more adaptable than most people realize. Even in your 70s and 80s, small changes in nutrition and daily movement can lead to meaningful improvements in strength, balance, and confidence. I've seen it happen many times. People who once believed they were simply getting old begin to feel stronger again. They walk farther. They move with more confidence. They begin doing things they thought they had left behind. So, if there's one message I hope you take from this video, it's this. It's never too late to support your body. Even small daily choices, like the foods you eat, can make a difference over time. If you found this video helpful, press the like button so more people can discover this information. And if you enjoy learning about simple science-based ways to stay strong and healthy as you age, consider subscribing to the channel. We share new videos every week dedicated to helping you stay active, independent, and healthy for as long as possible. And I'll see you in the next video.